welcome to my podcast. Yay.
Yay.
This is Nerdy Distractions, where I, Reaper, invite my friends to chat with me about nerdy stuff that we're into. This spooky season, I decided to talk to someone who was much more involved in the scary scene than I am. So tonight, I'm with my lovely friend, Hills. Hills, how are ya?
Hello, thank you for having me. I'm very good, thank you. How are you doing?
I am exhausted because we do this after our day jobs because my friends love me.
Nice. The hustle.
The hustle of doing one podcast episode every 3 months.
Well, the hustle of
That's rude.
balancing fun things that are kind of high effort with also a day job.
But fair. So, I don't know if you knew this before we were chatting a little bit. A lot of my community knows this. I hate horror. I don't like being scared. I did Five Nights at Freddy's as I wanna say it was a $1,000 donation
Cool.
goal for, the Jed Foundation last year, and I did it that like, people are like, "Only 1,000?" I'm a tiny ass streamer, okay? So, like, hitting that was amazing for me, and shout out to the Reaper community for that. But I played that game. I got to day 4. I never beat day 4. I played it for 2 hours and I was done.
I saw that.
I
I saw that. It was very
no.
impressive for someone that doesn't like horror.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I hated it. And then I do Phasmo. I do play Phasmo because it's not as scary anymore, I don't think. They've added so much, like, mystery stuff to it and detective stuff that it doesn't feel scary.
Hmm.
Um, unless it's one of the crawly ghosts. There's one ghost type that crawls after you die.
Oh,
I
yeah,
hate
that one is
those.
creepy.
Yeah, no, I have to get out of the house. I play with the girlies sometimes, and I'm like, "Yo, if that's the one, I'm out. I cannot help you from the afterlife." Um, and then another game that I play, I only this shows how much I hate horror. I only play it with the girlies is, Outlast Trials, which we are going to talk about in a little bit because you also play that on occasion.
Yeah, wait, you play
Um
Repo as well, right?
Yes, but I don't think that's horror.
It,
Is that
Yeah,
horror?
it is. Like I would say so, like the monsters and stuff that they've created. But I know what you mean. It's definitely not very scary.
I mean, I think what is it? The grandpa head thingy, like, it's designed creepily and things can scare you, but yeah, no, the essence of it, I guess because you can trick enemies into killing other enemies, it's more of like a puzzle, like a mystery puzzle game to me.
Hmm.
A sneaky puzzle game. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
for sure. But I guess like I see horror elements too, though, with like the map design and the audio. Like, especially
Mm.
like the
Hmm.
McGennick station has like almost like a Silent Hill safe room audio. I don't know. It's definitely got horror elements, but yeah, for sure not as scary as things like Phasmo and Outlast Trials.
The more I feel like also the more horror things that you're into, the more you can see maybe nuances of horror in other games. Again, I don't
Mm.
play horror games, so when I go into something, I'm like, "Surprisingly, this is not horror," and people like you are like, "Did you not notice the skeleton?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, I did notice him, but, like, that's not quote unquote horror to me, but I'm a scaredy cat. It's really weird. It's really weird describing my scared
Yeah,
level.
I mean, it makes sense. Maybe, like, because I guess horror is subjective also to like what you find scary.
Yeah, that's true. That's why I can't do those psychological horror stuff. Like, that
Mm.
stuff sits with me forever.
Yeah, it gets under your skin.
Mm. My friends did is it The Conjuring? The Conjuring's coming out with a new horror
Yeah,
movie?
like kind of the final one, I think.
Really? Is this the 4th movie or the 3rd movie?
Oh my god, they've
Like
had a lot.
Oh
Wait,
god.
no.
I didn't know if it'd be like a
It would
trilogy.
be the 3rd one, but they've had, like, sort of spin-offs, like the Annabelle stuff.
Mm. Oh my
There's a
god.
lot.
My friend my friends had a, movie marathon about that, and they invited me because they like to keep me in the loop of things. I respectfully declined, and at the end of it, my friend was like, "Yeah, everyone got really scared," and I was like, "No fucking shit, Sherlock, the white people need to stop conjuring shit."
Honestly, The Conjuring 2 is one of the scariest movies in the last few years, for sure. In my
Really?
opinion, that one really freaked me out. It's really good.
I know nothing about them. I'm nothing. I mean, like we were talking about before, I've read, like, the synopsis of Alien and, like, the, what's it called? The symbolism and stuff behind that,
Yeah.
but none of the other horror things. So that does lead us into one of my first questions of why scary things? Why horror? Do we like are you a type of person that, like, Halloween is, like, your favorite
Yes.
holiday? Go off. Yes.
Yes. I like Crispy Leaf season too, so it's not only, like,
Oh,
my favorite season in terms of, like, the foliage and the weather, but also, like, I love scary stuff, so I love, like, the whimsy of, like, decorations, like Halloween decorations and, like, people getting together to, like, play scary games or watch scary movies. It's very cultural, and I appreciate it a lot.
aw.
But yeah, I also really like to be scared.
Why? Please, in from your experience, why is that fun?
I don't know, because when I grew up, I absolutely scarred myself by watching the American version of The Ring when I was only like, I must have been like 8 years old, and it
Oh my god.
absolutely destroyed me. And I couldn't eat, I couldn't answer the phone. I couldn't sleep because I was always expecting that the TV was going to turn on and the Ring girl was going to come out the telly. Uh, I got
I
absolutely
can't laugh 'cause same.
scarred. So like, it's really funny to think now that I really like horror because I mean it's for a lot of reasons, but I do think a small aspect of it was like I quite enjoy the rush and the adrenaline of actually being quite scared.
Mm.
But definitely it's also a lot about like the stories and the symbolism and um like the aesthetics as well.
Okay, yeah. No, I agree with you there.
So it's a lot. I could talk for 10 years about it, to be honest. So I won't. But I guess I'd focus on. Yeah, I actually quite enjoy like the feeling of being scared, like the rush, the adrenaline, especially in like a game. Um, but in terms of horror in general, I think maybe as well, like being a queer person, like there's a lot of symbolism there with like monsters and like being different to society and being like an outcast. And I like the way that you can see that kind of come through.
Yeah, I will be honest, I loved, reading. I loved reading Frankenstein when I was
Mm.
younger, and I know it's not necessarily, like, horror the more you grow up, but there was something because I didn't like horror back then, but reading that, I was like, "This thing is a monster because no one understands it, and that alone is the problem? Welcome to my life," and, like, the older I get, the more I connect with
Yeah.
that. I I don't like being scared. I don't like jump scare, and psychological stuff scars me even at
Hmm.
30. Do you just really quickly going off on the idea that it's the thrill, or the not the thrill, the adrenaline, that was it. The adrenaline. Are you also someone that, like, really likes, roller coasters, jet coasters, things like that? Do you like that thrill as well?
Yeah. I mean, now I'm older, I
Okay.
get a bit sick, which is quite sad.
Same, not same,
I'm like,
same.
no, my old age. I'm only
Fuck!
32, but yeah. No, I genuinely really like roller coasters. Yeah.
Okay, okay, so that all kind of coincides, 'cause I love roller coasters. The older I get, the more I love them. My body hates them, but I love them, and people are like, "But you don't like horror?" And I'm like, "I can't help you."
It's quite a
But
different feeling, but yeah, similar, I suppose.
I'm one of those I'm one of those people, if we were to go to Halloween Horror Nights, I would happily go with you guys in the group. I'm buying that little $30 necklace thing that says, "Do not scare me." I'm putting my money to use, and that's it. Have you seen those?
No.
Oh my god, there is a necklace. It's a bright, like, light. I've seen the ones that are pink, and it's literally a sign to the scare actors not to scare these people.
Oh.
It's great. I think it's a as someone who went to a Halloween Horror Nights when I was in my 20s, like, early 20s in university, my friends my friends liked horror. They liked Halloween Horror Nights. At that time, this didn't exist. And so I went with them, and I felt like the wet blanket because I was like, "Guys, I can't go into the scare areas." Like, we tried one scare area, and I almost, like, peed myself. Like, I was so scared. I hate horror. I was like, "I'm with my friends. I'm gonna be brave." 10 minutes in, I almost had to change my underwear. I was like, "No, I can't do this." And blessed I have a great I have a great track record of friendships. Truly, I do. Nothing else except for friendships, but they were like, "No problem. We'll just go to the rides that no one's riding because 'cause they're not in the scare areas." And I was like, "Great." But I do truly wish this necklace was around back then
Mm.
because then I was like, "You could scare everyone else but me."
God, that'd be so hard as a performer though, because the rooms are like quite dark. You've got to be like really like looking out like for what people are wearing.
Oh, you no, you can't go into the scare houses. You
Oh.
can't do the houses. It's the free walking
Okay,
one.
okay, okay.
Like when you're out in the public spaces and they kinda run up on you and things
Yeah, with
like
the
that,
chainsaws and
that's the
stuff.
f yeah, that's the things that they can't
Okay, that
do.
makes more sense. 'Cause like,
Yeah.
how are
Yeah,
you
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
know? Because
no.
like sometimes they're just like in a bucket or whatever and they jump out.
Yeah. No, I think if you're buying that necklace, you're kind of the understanding, "I'm not going on any of these rides, I'm just with people who are."
Yeah,
Like,
I just
"I'll
want
wait
the cotton
outside."
candy and the hot dogs.
I it's like, I want to appreciate this is the bad thing about not liking horror, not liking being scared. I truly don't like being scared.
Mm,
But movies and games, there is such a creativity to the outfits, to the makeup,
yes.
to the story that I don't get to enjoy.
Mm. 'Cause you're covering
So,
your eyes. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, or I'm not in the room,
That'll
more
do it.
likely
Yeah,
than not.
that'll do it.
Okay, so what would be let's go off of movies because I think we were having a nice chat about
Mhm.
that. What's, like, your favorite horror movie for any reason?
Ooh, great question.
Yeah, I threw a new one at
No, I
you.
actually had this prepared.
Oh,
Um,
fuck.
because why scary things like the storytelling, right? And
Yeah.
sorry, I'm segueing a bit, but I think it makes sense. So there was a
Mhm.
period of time, oh god, when like 10 years ago or something, maybe less, where I call it the horror renaissance of movies, where it just like loads of really good horror movies came out at the same time, where they were no longer following like the stereotypes or like the stupid characters that always die and like those things that get really like boring
Yes.
to watch and like really easy to predict, and instead they brought in like great writing and great acting. And that was like the period of time where things like Hereditary, Midsummer, The Witch, and The Babadook, well, that was a bit
I
older,
remember
but
that
those movies
one.
all sort of came out. I was like, oh my god, here we fucking go. So, I mean, I would say Midsummer or The Witch, they're like battling for the number one space for me. Um,
I feel like when Midsummer came out, a lot of horror people got really excited. They were like, this is the horror. This is what we want
mm,
future horror movies to kind of go off of, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, and I think the most impressive thing about it is that it's all in the daytime, so they're not having
Mm.
to follow any, like, stereotypes or tropes in that sense, and it's all about, like, the atmosphere and the tension and the story, and of course, like, the acting is really good because Florence Pugh's in it. Oh, I forgot one as well, but It Follows was kind of around that time as well, where it was just, like, a really good horror film. There's just like a really great period of time where it was like, oh, here we go, this is all great, and a lot of uh, good for you, girl. Is that the phrase? Like people were saying, like for Midsummer and The Witch, it's like, you know what? Fair enough.
Fair, valid. They deserved that.
Oh, I think Us was another one, and Get Out. I forgot
Yeah.
about Get Out. That one.
I was gonna ask about that,
That's
yeah.
all part of the Renaissance too. I kind of forgot about them because I see them as their own like category of horror, but they're definitely still part of that one. There's the Good for You Girl, and then there's the like social commentary horrors. I don't know.
Yes. Which I think Get Out falls under, basically.
Absolutely. I mean, a lot of them
Yeah.
do. Like Midsummer is about like community and like individualist society being very lonely and like how easy it can be for one to like be taken in by a cult, I suppose, without
Yeah.
with just spoiling the whole thing. But yeah, and then like The Witch is actually kind of similar in that sense, like someone that's like pushed away, so they're like, well, fuck it. Um, and then you've got like obviously Get Out being just amazing. I mean, I don't know. I don't even really think I can comment so much not being a person of color, but um,
Hmm.
yeah, it's just really good if you haven't seen it.
I know. It's gonna be one of those things I have to read a deep dive or I have to watch a video of someone covering it. It
I
truly
don't want to
is.
spoil it. So, but yeah, obviously it's a very good commentary on what it's like to be a black person and how scary it can actually be to be surrounded by a load of
Mm.
white people. And yeah, like, I won't say anything else because I just think it's got such a good um yeah.
It tells the story on its own. It's got the perfect way to tell that
And the
viewpoint.
fun part is trying to figure out what's happening. Whereas like Midsummer and the Witch, it's like it's quite clear that they're going to see a cult, and in The Witch, it's like it's about a witch, so there's not much spoilers there. Um, but Get Out, I really don't want to say anything because it's just so good.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go watch a video.
It's not
Ah.
that scary, actually. But then again, you don't like psychological horror, so maybe it is terrifying.
Yeah. Like, I can imagine like, again, I read so many, like, social media posts about it with people kinda having the same viewpoint as you of, like, "I don't wanna spoil it, but key point." Like, not spoiler key point, but, like, "You need to watch this because the commentary. You need to watch it because this reason. You need to watch it." And so, I've kind of got a symbolic, like, understanding of it, but to, like, deep dive it.
Hmm.
Kinda like how I did with the Alien, I just need to, like, find someone else who covers it. This is why content creators are very important. People don't think they are, but they are, because I don't wanna play horror games. I don't wanna watch horror movies, but you know what? I will watch someone else play a horror game. I'll watch someone else talk about a horror
I
movie.
mean, fair. There would be some. There's probably some really great videos out there about all of the horror movies I've mentioned because they are
Oh god,
quite
yeah.
nuanced in what they're trying to say, and that's like the best part about it as well. Is like you're not being disrespected as an audience member. Like the writer, the director, everyone is sort of letting you like figure out what the meaning is without it being like in your face the whole time.
Yeah. Why that's why I love it. It's why you can get such good stories from
Hmm.
horror because they can do the things that aren't considered normal in media,
Yeah.
because that's the whole point, is they're trying to show something that's not normal, that's actually terrifying, but the way they go about it and what it covers is, is so well done. It can be so well done.
But yeah, and we all get so um I suppose distracted by what's going on around us, like, and kind of in our own worlds. Like, you know, subjectively, I'm kind of putting us all in the same box here, but like to a point, we all just
Hmm.
kind of go about life and don't realize that a lot of the parts of society that we kind of just accept and deal with day to day is actually really awful and terrifying. So when it's reflected like in a subtle way through a story in a horror, it's so much more like, ooh, when you
Oh,
figure it
fuck!
out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely just really appreciate horror for what it can do and how it can push those narratives.
There's, moving into games because it makes me think of this as well. Horror movies horror as a genre makes you focus on one thing and you're anticipating one thing, and then the real scare is what's happened that you weren't expecting, right? Whether it's a jump scare, whether it's a he wasn't the murderer, she was, or whatever kind of thing. Obviously much more better nuance than what I just said. Um I have not played this game, but I have been told the story of it because I didn't mind being, spoiled at the time. BioShock.
Hmm.
Have you played that?
I played what's it called? BioShock Infinite. Is that
Potentially?
like the third one?
Yes, I
Came out in
think
like
so.
2016 or something. That one was quite cool, but I didn't play the other ones. No.
Is the one that I haven't played any of them. I got told one story was you you are fall it might have actually been BioShock 1, actually. I don't wanna spoil it for you if you plan on going to play it.
Probably not. Go ahead.
Mm. So, apparently, this guy is helping you through, the game in a sense, and he keeps using a phrase. I don't remember all the details. Listeners, if you know, you know, okay? And if you don't know, then maybe my horrible explanation will still not be a spoiler for you. But this guy is in you have a voice commer, like an earpiece or whatever, and he's talking to you and he's talking you through the levels and he's talking you through like how to fight things, not just the intro, but like the entire game. And he keeps using a key phrase, which I have forgotten, and you don't realize until the end of the game when you get to him, and I think you have a choice to kill him or not,
Hmm.
that he has subconsciously, um, uh, what is oh my god, not mind wiped, but, tricked you, mind tricked, whatever that word is in actuality, um, you into doing all this fucking horrible stuff. It's
Ooh.
it like, "Oh, you need to kill them to get through." That's what you should do. And so you kill them because to continue the game, they're the ones standing in your way.
Hmm.
And it's like, "Oh, well, you should take the girl. That's what you should do." And so you take the girl, but later on find out, she's actually the saving grace of this one city, but you've taken her away, so now that city is in shambles kinda thing. And it's just
Ah.
like, yeah, you find out that you're the unknowing henchman to this guy who's sitting behind a desk the entire it's not just a part of the game, it's like the entire game. He's, like, being like, "That's what you should do. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
Wait,
Yeah, that's what you should do." It's manipulation, that was
yeah, but
it.
that's great because, like, it's sort of like playing into the fact that you're doing like what you're told, like a tutorial. Like, it's very
Mhm.
meta, right? Like to play with those things in
It's
horror games.
it was when my friend told me about it, I was like, "Fuck, I wish I was brave enough to play this game." But it's yeah, it's stuff like that that I'm like, only horror games can get away with,
Mhm.
truly. Horror movies, games, shows.
Yeah, the
So,
mystery.
yeah, and just the fucking 180s that you didn't expect.
Mhm. Definitely.
So moving into the games,
Yes.
horror
Oh,
games.
yes.
Give them to me, the best ones. If people could only play 5 horror games, what are your top 5 horror games you would be like, "You have to play
Oh
these?"
my gosh. Okay. Um, uh,
Or the equivalent, like, if you're like, "I only know 1 or 2," that's fine.
well, okay. Well, my favorite is Until Dawn.
Mm,
Uh,
great
just
one.
completely like I love it when things change like the whole genre. And like that was just brilliant. I don't know. I could talk about that for ages. So I'll just finish the list first. So we got Until Dawn. Um, Probably a really old school horror. Like if it's about something that I think people should play, regardless of whether it's in my top 5 or not. But like probably the original
Hmm,
Silent Hill 2.
yeah.
Um,
Silent Hill 2?
yes. I mean,
Okay.
I played the original Silent Hill when I was a kid, and that freaked me out. But like Silent Hill 2, I think is a really solid game. So just
Nice.
because it's a bit clunky and it's old and it's a bit silly, but like it's still like
Mhm.
got a really good story and stuff. So I think regardless of whether you're used to games and old games or not, you would still enjoy it. Um, I think the scariest game I've ever played is Visage, so I would recommend that for people that just want to like, what's the scariest game to play? That's that one.
Fuck. Yeah.
um,
God.
I suppose Alien Isolation.
That's a jump scary one, isn't
Yeah,
it?
but the AI is so incredible that I think it would be like a really cool game for people to like experience horror with a really smart AI that knows what you do. So you can't just like learn a pattern of how to get away. You have to like be kind of on your
Mm.
toes the whole way through. So like obviously it's like a really good game, and if you like the Alien movies, it's brilliant. But like the actual mechanics of it were really quite groundbreaking as well. Um and then I would recommend like indie horrors. So At Dead of Night is like one of the best in my opinion. You basically are in a really old hotel in the UK and you're being chased around by the hotel manager. But it's like
Ooh.
filmed kind of. Like the whole game looks like real and then you kind of click through and move through. But then and it has like real people acting in it. Like it's like so incredible how they've made it because it looks so realistic. So it's horrible. Like and you have
I've
oh,
I've actually pulled it up on my phone. Like, yeah, it looks it the main guy looks ridiculous in this bald cap, honestly. But, like, fuck, the looking through the peephole and just seeing the scary clown mask thing,
it's awful. It's so scary.
it's so bad, but I imagine the jump scares of it are insane.
Yeah, because it like forces you have to keep moving around this hotel. You have to keep going around the corners and you have to keep like ducking into the rooms and some of them are locked and then you have to like hide in the bathrooms and stuff. It's awful. It's so scary, but it's like very atmospheric because of how realistic it is. And the story is really interesting as well. Um yeah, I think
I
that'll
wonder
do it. Yeah. Got Until Dawn for
I
just
wonder if
being
that's
like
on
an
this.
epic horror game that like was quite groundbreaking in terms of what it's done for like the horror genre, like the choices that you make, like it's like you basically are playing a film, but you're still like doing a lot as a gamer as well, like with the quick time events and stuff. Dead of Night for just being like really, really, really cool and atmospheric and scary, and it was made by an indie horror studio. Visage for just being the most scary. It was a Kickstarter, I think, because a lot of people really loved PT. Like you
Oh,
remember the
yeah.
demo, and then it just never went anywhere. So that one was really cool. And then Alien Isolation is awesome. And yeah, maybe like a
Yeah, no.
classic like Silent Hill 2 or something.
Once again, I'm looking up pictures. Yeah. Visa. No, 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 thank you. No,
Oh,
thank
it's
you.
so
No.
awful. It's so scary.
I'm just seeing shots of it and like the indie one, I was like, "Oh, this is interesting." I would still hate it because of the horror, but it's so like it looks so good. The other one looks like I'm actually about to enter a horror like world, and I'm not about that life. No,
It's
no,
so
no.
creepy, and they absolutely nailed it. Like, there's so many like really awful moments where you just lose your shit.
See, maybe universe, do not make this true. Don't fucking do it to me. I swear to God, don't do this. Maybe a reason why I don't like horror and I don't like horror games. Horror movies, I can't do anything. I'm not in the movie. Horror games, I'm limited to what the game allows me to do, right?
Mm.
I think that's why I don't like horror because in real horror situations, I'm such a fight person. When it comes to fight or flight, I am
Mm.
fight. I don't like I don't know if you know, like, a decade ago or so whatever, the clown epidemic that was going on in the US.
I think so, yeah.
Like
Like, there are
yeah.
people
Peop
dressed up as clowns killing people.
They weren't even killing, they were just, like, out in the middle of the streets and stuff. It was just scary shit. It was like is it Silent Hill? I don't know, it's just the fogginess of it, and people just be like it was more of like like a jump scare kind of thing of like you'd be walking with your partner at night in the park and a clown would just walk out. And then sometimes they chased. We didn't like those guys. We're like, "No, you've taken the joke too far now." I don't think anyone was actually like murdered from it. I don't think so. I could be wrong, but it was mostly like, "What the fuck are the clowns doing? Like, why is this something that people want to do?"
Uh,
And and it was always this thing of like, "Oh, no, I don't know what I would do," and I'm like, "Buddy's got a bat. So do I. This isn't new." Like, I would talk so much crap and then beat the fuck out of these guys. Like, truly in my mind, it was like because I don't like being scared, my body is immediately fight it.
mm.
Like defend yourself kind of thing, right? And again, that's why I don't like movies or the games because I'm limited in what I can
But
do.
that's the scary part. Like, you kind of
I
you feel
hate it.
so like that's what makes it even more scary is like I don't have a weapon. I can't do anything. And like you get almost like frustrated and like stressed, but like I don't know, I really enjoy like those like peaks of emotion.
Nope, nope. No, nope. That just makes me. I think it just makes me mad. To be
I think
quite
I'm just a
honest,
masochist. I mean, I'm not, but I mean, it's giving. It's giving.
you are subjecting yourself to some very questionable things here. So
I'm like, oh, fuck me
God,
up. I hate it.
I hate it. No, bless my friends that invite me to horror stuff, but I will always respectfully decline. Still invite me, please, but I will respectfully decline because I won't be
But I
fun.
mean,
I truly won't be
although
fun.
you're saying that, do you have a favorite horror game? Like, because you know, it doesn't have to necessarily be something that really scared you, but still fall under the horror category.
I
Or maybe Phasmophobia or something.
yeah, it would probably be Phasmo or Out okay, so Outlast Trials is very not Outlast. Outlast scares the shit out of me. I will not do that game. No, what do you mean the only thing I have to defend myself is a fucking camcorder? It's not happening. I'm not that smart. With batteries that die so quickly? No.
Okay,
No. Outlast
you're gonna
Trials
hate
makes
you're
that
gonna hate
easier.
Visage then.
No. I'm not playing it, so I won't hate shit. I'm not playing it.
That game is so rude. All you have is, like, a candle and it always goes out. It's like, "Nah!"
No, that's just take me, just take me.
Yeah, fair.
Um, so Outlast Trials and I have a very weird relationship because some days I can play that with the
Mm.
girlies and be completely fine, and other days it will give me a panic attack.
Mm.
It can be a lot, but when you have the right team, and by right team, I mean 3 people who actually know how to fucking play the game and do the challenges, and 1 person is bait, i.e. me, um, it works great. I love baiting in that game, okay? And I know what people want me to say, and I won't say it because I know there's a clip of me that has said it before. I will not say it. It's not gonna happen. But I do. I love when my friends are doing things and they're like, "Big guy is on us," like, "Oh no, run, run, run." I'm like, "Nope, my time to shine." I know every route to bait those people through, and it's great while they figure out what the keys are and shit like that.
So
Um,
not quite the sacrificial lamb, you're more of the distraction.
no. Yes, I'm like Shaggy and Scooby.
Nice.
That's yeah, that's my role on the team.
The
Um,
doofus.
but do we get caught?
Yeah,
No.
that's
Well,
arguably
sometimes.
better than Shaggy and Scooby then.
You know what I just thought of? Actually, a game that I do like that probably low key fits into horror. I love Don't Starve.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I love Don't Starve. I play it in a sandbox style because I love just like making things self-sufficient. But I love that.
Mm.
That's yeah. That's probably my favorite like quote unquote horror game.
That's yeah, fair enough.
I know people are gonna be like, "That's not a horror game, that's a survival game." So that's fine. That shows you where my horror level is.
So fair.
Yeah.
I kind of mentioned the ones that I would recommend to people, but I also wanna
Mhm.
mention, like, Subnautica and, uh
Is that horror?
yes, it is!
W What?
Yes, and I like, it's so I don't wanna say anything else because that's, like, what makes it a great game, but it is a horror game.
I know the creatures that you find can be scary as
Yeah,
hell.
that for sure, but, like, if you finish the game, there's, like, loads of horror elements, actually, and
Oh,
I guess, like, the
yeah.
whole concept of what is it, thalassophobia? I don't know how to pronounce it, just, like,
Oh,
that
yeah.
that in itself is quite horrible.
So, yeah, if I'm just quickly, like, glancing at Reddit, as a reminder, Subnautica is classified as a horror
Yeah.
game. And then someone was like, "It's really more of a terror game. Horror shows you something scary or disturbing." Have they not seen the creatures in that? That's a horror game. You know what? No, no, I'm on this. I'm on board now.
And
I'm on
yeah, and
board.
then the stuff, like, story-wise as well, I like, it's a brilliant game. I love it so much. And the final one, there's an indie game called Janitor Bleeds, which I thought was so clever, and I really loved playing it. I streamed it, and really, like, just want to shout those two out as favorites of mine, rather than ones to sort of recommend for people that want to like be introduced to the
Mm.
horror game world. I mean, they'll definitely be recommendations too, but yeah, gotta throw those ones
What
in there.
about fuck yeah. What about, these all like, this the kinda art of, Janitor Bleeds makes me think of The Backrooms.
Mm-hmm.
Have you played that?
Yes.
I watched some VTubers play that, and I think it's so interesting. I don't know, again, I think it's maybe more to me, like, terror than, like, horror because, again, that maybe I have this weird thinking of, like, the back rooms is kinda like Repo to
Yeah.
me, in the sense of you have a hint that the monsters are coming.
Yeah, I can see that. Like, it's very repo coded.
Mm. And, like, I know those are horror, like, technically, but it's like a different genre of horror in my brain because I love when people play the back
Mhm.
rooms. I love watching that, and then when they don't notice the fact that they need to stay in the fucking light with the one space, I'm like, it pisses me off every time. I'm like, "I can't play it, but you guys should be playing this way better." So such a judgmental bitch.
Oh my god. I think, like, yeah, I find those games less scary because I usually play with other people, and it makes me feel less scared to have,
Mm.
like, my friends alongside of me, and then it becomes more, like, entertaining and quite funny. But especially because it's kind of like get through the puzzles and avoid the monsters, essentially. Rather
Yeah.
than, like,
Yes.
horror, like, in the sense of, "Oh my god, there's a really horrible story, and I'm, like, this very, like, vulnerable character navigating this, like,
Mm.
scary situation." It feels a bit more like, "We're a team, and we're gonna create nonsense."
I think that's why I like Repo and I didn't classify that as horror before because you're just a silly little guy.
Yeah.
That's all you are. It's like, "This is not my body. The humans died a long time ago. I'm just a little robot." And it's like, fuck it when you do die, but also it's like, "Hey guys, I just died. We'll play again." Like, there I don't know. I love it.
Yeah, it's I mean, it wouldn't be the same if, like, there weren't all the, like, fun mechanics with the characters, because
Mm.
I feel like that's sort of like the main selling point of the game is like how funny it is that they like the design of the characters, that they talk when you talk, and you can change like the expressions and the way they move around and things like that. So, but it sort of takes away the scariness of it and makes it a little bit more like fun.
Yeah. It also, like and like you were saying with, the backrooms, like, the backrooms, Repo, Outlast Trials, Phasmophobia, I couldn't do any of those games by myself. Again, horror games are just not fun to me on their own, but with friends, whether it's scary or not, like, you can make the best out of any, like, situation,
Hmm.
right?
Add Devour and Labyrinthine into that as well. Really, really
Yes.
brilliant, like, co-op horrors. So much fun. And still scary. They just give me a bit more, uh, bravery points. I don't know.
Mm. I love, I'm gonna shout them out so much because I really miss playing with them. We haven't gotten together in a while. Shout out the girlies again because when we play Phasmo, again, it happens. I am either the scaredy cat who doesn't leave the truck, or I go in and insult the ghost's
Oh,
mother.
yeah.
Like, I think there was a ghost in the bathroom one time, and they were like, "Hey, we need these other 2 hints," and I went in there with the book. I think we needed the book to get a hint, and I was like, "Write in the fucking book. I know you're here. You can't be shitting because 'cause you're not alive." "Yeah, I said it, you're not alive. I know you're not alive. I don't know why the fuck you're here." And I was just like, "Just write in the fucking book. You're wasting all of our" I was just so
I was
pissed.
gonna say,
Not
did you just
really,
get
but
to a point of impatience in the van that you're like, "Fine, I'll go and insult
that
it."
only it's such a weird flip in my head where I start Outlast Trials or I start Phasmo as, guys, I'm scared. Guys, I don't" the little ooh fingers, "Guys, I don't wanna do this. I'm scared. Can someone go first?" To an immediate flip of the switch of, "Nah, now you've pissed me off. I know you're here. We've gotten everything figured out. Just write in the goddamn book
It's like, if I die, it's fine, as long as we get this fucking level done.
as long as we get the" Yes! Yes!
Fair enough. That's also a very important part of the team.
Uh, so that and to be fair, in Phasmo's case, I do really take one for the team because I die more often than not.
I mean, fair. I have a friend I always play with, Sam, and he's always the one that just
Mm.
trolls us, but it is so much fun. Sometimes it's like, oh my god, like he's the one that will always just look for the haunted item and like set it off and kill everyone, but it is really funny.
Oh my god, No, is that Scarlet or is that Rage? I think that's Scarlet. Scarlet finds ours, and I'm like, "Great, she's collected another one." Fuck. I wanna play with Sam,
Oh,
actually.
it's
I think
so
he would be
funny.
really
It's
fun.
so funny. It's oh my god. But he's also like quite he's getting better, but he's also like very scared and like
Oh, I love
quite
that. We'll be
bad at
together.
horror games because he's definitely improved, but like in the beginning he didn't like to play on his keyboard, so he'd set his controller up, but then all the buttons would be wrong. So he would just be like trolling,
Oh.
terrible, pressing the wrong buttons, and like, oh man. Like in the back rooms, there's a really funny video on my TikTok where like he's accidentally put like the whistle button as the run button. And he keeps
No.
whistling for like the dog, and then the dog lady was like trying to kill him, and he's just like screaming in the background, whistling and being mauled by the dog lady.
Wait, was it whistling and running at the
Yeah.
same time? Like, it was oh my god.
And he's just getting like you can just hear him in the background like, "No, it's not fair!" Like, ah! So yeah,
And this is why keyboard and mouse is superior. Fight me.
honestly, yeah, but it was very funny. Just like I don't know, it takes you out of the horror, but it's also even funnier. And things like Phasmo as well. Having like the walkie-talkie and the audio, the way that they've developed it
Yeah.
is so entertaining for group play because like I think the things that you see people when they're playing laughing the most is when you can hear like someone quietly dying in the house. So you can just hear them going like
My
I don't know, like it's very interactive and it's just like makes it so enjoyable as well as being scary.
It seems so common sense, so maybe I'm giving it too much credit, but I really like how when you're outside the house, you can see some of the stuff that's happening inside. For example, if someone has turned a light on one of the sides of the house that the van is on, because I know you can't go all the way around the house, and the ghost is in that room messing with the light, you can see
Mhm.
that. And then because you're right outside that window, the proximity you'll still hear it a little bit, and you sometimes just hear your friends screaming as this light is going on and off, and you're like, "Ah, they're hunting.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Glad it's not me."
Yeah, like there's so many like incredible moments. I don't know. I used to try and make YouTube videos of playthroughs, and I have some,
Mm,
but honestly, editing a whole YouTube video is very tiring, especially with a small audience. Like, it's quite hard for like people to want to watch someone new for such a long amount of time as well. But there's so many like
yeah.
really memorable moments of these playthroughs. So I really enjoy creating TikToks, not necessarily to build an audience, but so I have a collective of all these really, really fun memories of these games. And a lot of them are from the multiplayer horror games because of just like how many like really funny moments can happen because of the way that everyone interacts with the game and the way the game's being made. And obviously so many of them are Phasmo. It's just such an impressive like um multiplayer game. Like all of the mechanics are just really fun.
I think I think the reason why multiplayer horror can be funny and you can have those moments is because it's not one person affecting the gameplay. Like you have to do something. For example, to get C, you have to do A and B. And so you might have done A and you don't realize the other person has done B, but the third friend is getting affected by C and you're like, I didn't mean for this to happen so quickly, but, here we are, like
Absolutely. And just like how easily
and
everything could just turn to shit.
you're like, "I didn't do anything," and your other friend's like, "I did everything." I love it. I will say horror games make or break a friend group, though. Like, you have to go in
Ooh.
with people like people are gonna be like, "It's just a game, Reaper." But if you're going with people who are hardcore horror fans who are like, "No, we're gonna do this mission," like, again, I think Outlast Trials. We're gonna go in, we're gonna get this mission done, we're gonna hit the time limit, we're gonna go to the next one. And you're either not good at the game or you don't like horror, so you combat it by fucking around. Like, I feel like Sam and I are very similar. Like, that's like maybe a coping mechanism we have. Um, it can the dynamic's not right. You have to have someone who knows what the fuck they're doing, but okay with the fucking around. Like the gremlin keeper and the 3 gremlins,
Yeah,
basically. You know what I mean? Like, it has to stay funny
yeah, I agree.
because yeah, if you have 2 people who are really into it and 2 people who are just, like, fucking around, it's not gonna be great. Now, if you have a group of 4 people who are like, "Yeah, in and out, 30 minutes, let's go," that kind of thing, that group's gonna work great. If you have 4 people who are only fucking around, you're gonna be replaying the same level a bunch of times. You really do need 1 person who knows what the hell they're doing. Shout out to you, Ethan. I know you're listening. Shout out to you, buddy.
I think I think
But
that's
y
so true. Sorry, I'll let you finish.
No, 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 that was it. No, 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 that was
Okay,
it.
well, I wanted to say that it's a little bit of a segue again, but basically there are
Yeah.
because I live in Japan now as well as you. There are people from my
Mm.
hometown that I don't get to see anymore, but we've all like I wouldn't say rekindled, but kind of
Mm.
rekindled, I suppose, our friendships because we all like really like horror and we've all been able to like play these multi-game horrors together. And it's actually been it's just so
Right.
nice. And exactly what you're saying, like we all have like the perfect dynamic for like a horror group because we all genuinely want to win and succeed, but everyone also really enjoys the nonsense at the same time. So we will all be like engaged in the same kind of way of like, let's get shit done, but also we're all here to have a good time. So like finding the right dynamic is so important and like but it's also just been really nice from like a wholesome friendship kind of side as well that we get to
Mm.
do this thing together that we all enjoy. Um and yeah, I don't know, like especially that it's horror, like why enjoy like why scary things, why horror, but it's like actually horror really brings people together as well, and it's really sweet.
There's something about the survivability in horror games that, again, you bring the right group into it, you're gonna have fun, and it's like any again, I don't really watch it, but I watch the clips, right? Like, any of the zombie shows, right? You always need that 30 seconds of, like, humanity. It's really weird. It's like your group is the humanity in the horror.
Yeah.
And, like, you really need that, and I think that's why horror co-op works so well. When they came out with Outlast Trials, I was like, "I'm not gonna like this because I don't like Outlast." And my friends were like, "Reaper, you play horror games with us. Come play with us." And I was like, "Fuck, I'm only gonna play this because it's you." And they do, they bring the humanity into this horror game when I'm scared shitless, and yeah, I agree. It's strangely Strangely, I think horror makes the best co-op game.
Yeah. You're all like in it together and
Yeah.
scared together, but also like laughing at like the stupid things that happen.
God, now that I've talked about the zombie shows, I'm like, what is it? Dying Light, I think? I liked watching games on that too, gameplay on that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I could never do it though. Like, that one is probably a horror game I probably could play, except for the hordes.
Mm.
Like, there's a couple of missions and, like, story missions that you actually have to go in and, like, plant and kill an entire horde, and I'm like, "Nope, game over for me. I'm done now." Like, that would be it.
Yeah, that sounds tiring.
It it's amazing when I thought of this podcast episode, I was like, "I'm not gonna know anything. I'm gonna know Outlast Trials, I'm gonna know Phasmophobia." And then in talking to you, I'm like, "Oh god, there's a bunch of horror games that I know of and that I've watched. I just don't play."
I mean, there's so many out there. Yeah, I always watch a content creator called Gab Smolders. If you don't know her, like
Hmm.
if there's ever like a horror game you want to watch, like someone else play, like I could not recommend her more. She is someone that used to be in the gaming industry doing localization, and she speaks Japanese, and so she plays a lot of like Japanese indie horrors actually, and can give a lot of context to the culture
Ooh.
and sometimes translation. But actually, she's just a really wholesome content creator. Like, she doesn't kind of like overreact. Like, if you like prefer someone that just sort of like, she'll obviously get freaked out and like find it scary and stuff, but she's not like, so, like, I
Yeah.
don't know, like, obviously that's quite fun for some people, like, kind of, like, seeing someone getting freaked out, but for me, like, because I really actually want to engage with the games and the stories and stuff, I find her, like, playstyle really nice, because she has a lot of great commentary, still gets freaked out, is very entertaining. But yeah, I couldn't recommend her more as someone to watch.
Send me would you send me a link to her
Yeah, of
stuff,
course.
like, in our
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
DM? I would love to watch her. I'm sure I could find one of the horror games that, like, I like that I could watch her with. I say the horror games that I like again because, like, Dying Light and, like, Phasmophobia and things like that. What is the new game that just came out? The new horror
Silent
game?
Hill F,
Yes.
maybe?
Yes, it is. And no, no, not for me. No,
I
no, no,
played
no,
it.
no. How was it? Did you enjoy?
Yes. Showa era, creepy, foggy, mountainside town, very atmospheric. Like, the game looks incredible. The monster designs are insane. I don't really want to spoil the story, but like the commentary, the social commentary was like really on point. Actually very feminist. Um
I did like
I don't
that.
want to say much more because obviously it's only just come out. My only disappointing part about the game is like I don't think it was localized or translated very well. There's a lot of really amateur mistakes and it's very direct translation and it's like, guys, you're a huge gaming studio and you're charging like full price for this game. Can you just like pay to get it done properly for God's sake? But apart from that, amazing. Really, really, really impressive. The endings are a bit weird, but Silent Hill has weird endings, so whatever.
I I think I'm too close to a city that's like that, so I'm like, "No, thank you. I don't need to imagine the mountain near me is that." Like, "No, I'm
Oh
good."
yeah, that would be so creepy.
Yep, yep. I Japan has a great, like, premise and history and stuff to do horror games
Mhm.
well,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and it
There's some really great
what
Japanese
is
indie horrors. Like,
Yeah.
have you seen any of the Chiller's Art games?
Yes, yes, I've seen
They're so
them,
good.
but
Really
man,
good.
what is, I guess Kojima isn't really, like, horror, like, Death Stranding isn't really horror as much as it's kinda, like, psychological, I think? Maybe it is horror. I think I've blurred the line between horror and
I
stuff.
think there's horror
Um
elements for sure, but I know what you mean. It's definitely more on the sci-fi kind of psychological side.
Yes. Yes, thank you. But it's just like no one else is going to think about that for a game of, like, the bodies or the spirit kind of things just floating in the
Mhm.
air. Like, it's some just like the Onis and the demons and stuff that's so ingrained in their culture, it's like they I don't wanna say grow up with it, but it's just like, "Ah, this can be a game. Ah, this can be a story. This can be a" and I do think that Japan has some really good indie horror things, and, like, all their games have horror elements if they want them, like, it's so good.
Oh, definitely. As well, Silent Hill F really goes into like a lot of the Shinto side of Japanese culture.
Hmm.
Um and just the aesthetics alone, like very, very cool. Yeah, really, really nice. Especially like, I mean, we live here, but I feel like if I'd like moved back home and I'd played that game, it would, although it's terrifying, it'd make me miss Japan so much
Yeah,
because it's so
and I
pretty.
think
It's
that's
scary, but it's beautiful.
it also just goes to show, like, some of these games and some of these movies and stuff affects you more depending on where you are or where you're from kind
Oh
of thing,
yeah.
and because, like any of, like, the old school, like, US based, like, killer horror movies, it's like, pick up the phone. It's like, "Joke's on you, I don't pick up the phone for anybody, not even for known numbers, nobody's gonna fall for the amount
Millennial
of."
anxiety.
Yeah.
No.
It's like the amount of skits that people have done with that is like the killer, like, calling the landline and then nothing's ringing, and it's like, "Nobody's had a fucking landline in years, like, what the hell? Get with the times, old man." I love skits that make fun of horror 'cause they're just so funny. They're so nuanced, is that the word I'm looking for? Ugh.
I'm glad you mentioned this because one of the games I talked about earlier, At Dead of Night, I think the reason I like it so much is because it's set in a British like old hotel. So
Oh,
like I
yeah.
have obviously memories of being a kid and being in like a big hotel like that where you sort of go out and explore on your own and like it's so creepy and like everything's so massive because you're a kid. And like that the hotels are really big. And my grandparents, my great grandmother actually used to have a bed and breakfast by the seaside, which was kind of like a hotel as well. So I have and it like really like similar, like the old carpets and like obviously all the doors that are locked and have numbers on them, obviously, but you know, like just the decorations and the design of it all was like so similar to those old memories. And when you're a kid, it's like, oh, I'm in a hotel and I'm on my own and it's dark, you know, it's scary, right? So I think it really did bring out a lot of nostalgic like feelings, which is why I liked it even more. So yeah, I really agree with you there that your memories and your upbringing it can actually have quite a big effect on how you interact with a horror game and what makes it scary.
Mm. I hate to tell you, someone died in the vicinity of your grandmother's bed and breakfast, right?
No.
I think the likelihood of that's very high at this point.
No.
I'm so sorry to rain on your parade there,
It was
but
my great grandma actually. She died in the house.
Ooh, great, now we gotta go phasmo her out, god.
No, she's very lovely. She's a nice ghost. Nice
Oh,
ghost.
she makes tea for everyone, she's
Exactly.
that kinda nice
Yeah.
ghost.
No,
Aw,
but it's still like creepy old house.
god. With the creaky floorboards and stuff,
Mhm.
I love that shit. We so I go on a road trip every year, and, I go with one of my best guy friends, and then we always pick up a third person, whoever wants to enjoy a road trip that me and my friend have perfected over the years,
Mhm.
right? And we went to Hokkaido, and we drove all the way to Hokkaido and all the way through Hokkaido. It was such a good trip.
Wow.
Well, yeah, god, we this past year we did Kyushu. We did every prefecture in Kyushu.
Oh my god.
Like 9 days. We do crazy stuff. The first one was Shikoku, the second one was Hokkaido, and this past one was Kyushu. We have perfected our road
Nice.
trips. Yeah, and I'm in charge of hotels.
Ooh.
So,
Oh,
yeah,
creepy old
so f
ryokan though, in the countryside.
not creep okay, when I tell you, not a creepy old ryokan, but we did find or not find, but when I got this hotel, it showed pictures of the room, and at this point, we were like, "We need to save money." Like, we had spent so much on the other stuff
Haunted.
just because
Haunted. Haunted.
it seriously looked at Hills. Like, it had that, like, the pink red, like, plush carpet. It had those, like, old chandeliers, and I'm not meaning, like, the Ritz hotel, like, chandeliers, like, some of the lights are flickering shit. And then the guy at the desk was so I feel mean saying this,
He
he
was
was
a
so,
ghost.
so kind. He was a ghost. He was so, so old, but he was so, so kind. Like, I'm not gonna he's a good ghost. I do believe he was a ghost, but he was a good
You know,
ghost.
like they're
But the
so old that you're
entire
like, I reckon that they're dead, but they don't know, and they're still just doing their job.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. God, he was so, so sweet. Fuck.
Aw.
He was just so kind to us because you Hokkaido doesn't get as many foreigners as you would think. Sapporo
Yeah.
does, but, like, the rest of Hokkaido does
Well,
not
apart
really,
from
except for maybe,
Niseko.
like, Wakkanai?
Niseko.
Yeah. So I'd say Wakanai there and Sapporo have, like, the really big foreigners, like, groupings, but the other places we stayed, they were like, "What the fuck? There's a not Japanese person?
Yeah, yeah,
What?"
yeah.
Um, and some of them were a little rude. Um, mm, not Wakanai, Hakodate gets a lot of foreigners because that's the port. Wakanai is, like, the
What,
northernmost.
where they see the
Wakanai
drift
peop
ice?
Yeah. Wakanai people weren't really nice to us.
Oh.
Yeah. So, there's it was really weird, like, we were getting kind of mixed signals in Hokkaido despite all 3 of us speaking a level of Japanese to, like, understand
Mhm.
everything. That's what we bring to the table, right? And this guy was just so kind about our room and making sure we knew where everything was, and he didn't speak any English, but he spoke in such slow Japanese for
Aw.
us, and I was just like, "Your hotel is haunted, but you're a kind soul." And then we just went to our room. This pink reddish pink plush carpet was throughout the hotel, and he was the only person there. We were like, "Yeah, this place is haunted, right?"
Yeah.
We
By
checked that
him.
door. I'm with 2 guys.
By him.
I'm with 2 guys on this trip, and we checked that door, I swear, every hour on the hour through the night.
It's fine.
It
He's
was
he's like the
God.
good ghost protecting you all from the bad juju.
Yeah. I believe that. Nothing happened, it was all good, we didn't hear any bumps in the night. We did wake up to the cleaning crew in the morning, and we're like, "Oh my god, other people do work here."
No, but there's nothing better than like an old ryokan in the middle of nowhere and like exploring it at nighttime. I love that shit so much.
Remember the fact that you like horror.
Oh,
I do not. I stayed in that fucking room. I was like, "No, if they're gonna get me, they're gonna get me in this
that's
room."
my shit. Creepy as fuck.
I need the whole Scooby gang with me. We gotta go with, like, a group of 10. That's when I'll go, like, searching the scaredy
We can
ryokans.
carry the EMF reader.
Fuck yeah, game on, yes.
Spirit box.
I I'll take the journal too. I'll talk shit until they write in it. Call me a little bitch.
Oh, there's some like
Go on.
God. You're just insulting the ghost. But in real life, they
Go
might
on, little
actually get annoyed. You never know.
That's true.
Wait,
See,
wait.
hey,
Serious
I'll tell
question.
you.
Serious question. Do you believe
Yes,
in
yes.
ghosts?
Yes, I do.
Ah.
I don't know if I believe in ghosts as in, "Ooh, spooky ghost," but I do believe in, like, spirits,
Mhm.
and I do not necessarily that people are like, "Oh, I'm so angry, so my soul stayed here." It's kind of like the guy at the hotel is I believe they don't know that they're dead.
I like how we've just decided that's true now.
When you said that, I was like, "She knows."
Yeah, I do. I went to a really creep back. Okay, sorry. Maybe we should finish this part first. But I went to a really creepy
Oh,
hotel
yeah.
in France once, which was similar, and I was like, these two are dead. They're absolutely dead.
I turned before we end this episode, I'll turn that on you. Do you believe ghosts are real? Like, what kind of not spirituality, but like ghosts and spirits and stuff do you believe in, if any?
Uh, that's a hard question because I think like I think I do for sure. I think that there's definitely like a spiritual energy that can be left over sometimes because you can just get that feeling where it's like, ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, what is that? Like, what the hell is that? Like, there's something weird about this place. Like that, it's like rather than ignoring those feelings, just like letting them happen and be like, okay, what does that mean? And I think there's a lot of
Mhm.
things that we kind of push away when we're like older because it's like, no, that's not real. It's like, well, actually, that feeling is quite real. So, what is that? Is it that there's something else here?
Mm.
That it does feel quite, there's something cold, there's something off. Um,
That's it, the off feeling,
yeah. And
truly.
like, I'm quite used to things being scary now. So, it's like, it's not just that I find it creepy because I like the creepy stuff. So, it's like, okay, so what's that? Like, I mean, my auntie's house definitely used to be haunted. There was something really wrong with one side of the house. Um, I don't know. I think the answer is yes, but maybe it's not like ghosts per se.
Yeah.
Oh
Mm.
my god, the France hotel. It was like a really, really old like country house, and it was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And there was like a really creepy like bonnet in the room with us. You know, like a little
That shit was
yeah, but
haunted.
obviously I put it on. And then I swear, in the middle of the night,
I wish I face cam recorded these. The look I just gave you in Discord.
I was like, oh,
You did
I was like, oh, a
what?
haunted bonnet. Like it was just hanging up there. I was like,
What?
I'm gonna put it on. But I'm not joking. In the middle of the night, I was woken up by something tapping me on the head, and yeah, like
Bitch. I'm so sorry, but
for sure, it could have been a dream where it just felt very real. But like, it really, really, really felt like someone woke me up. Someone in real life tapped me on the head, and there was no one else in the room. So,
oh my god, nope.
yeah,
I
it is
think
crazy. So yeah, my answer is yes. There's definitely some going on that we don't fully understand.
I maybe that's another reason why I'm so careful about scary horror things is because I believe that, and I don't wanna piss ghosts off. I don't wanna piss these spirits
Yeah.
off. Like, it just feels disrespectful, not because, like, I'm scared for myself, but it's kinda like, "Oh, wait a minute, you" like, I get this feeling when I go on my night walks sometimes, and I'm like, "Okay, there's either another human here with me, like a real living human, there's an animal that I don't know is here with me, or it's something" again, that feeling, right,
Mm-hmm.
that we were talking about,
Yeah.
and I'm like, or it's a spirit thing, and I'm like, out of all 3 of those, I do not want to, like, be disrespectful. I don't wanna disrespect an animal's space, because if it's a fucking bear, you
Mm-hmm.
dead, and I definitely don't wanna, like I don't want to interrupt and disrespect a spirit space, because who knows? They could be finding their way home, they could be finding their way to the afterlife,
Mm-hmm.
and God forbid I be the one to fuck that up for them, you know?
Oh yeah.
And so I think that's why I don't fuck with it, because 'cause I'm like, it just I'm not judging anybody, I'm not saying horror movies are, disrespectful or anything like that. I'm just saying when it comes to IRL stuff, I'm like, I don't fuck around with that because the last thing these ghosts are gonna say is, "Reaper was such a disrespectful bitch." No, 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 it's gonna be, I'm sorry they had to go out that way, but they were at least respectful to us, so, pour out one for Reaper."
Yeah, I would never disrespect a ghost. Let me just put this bonnet back in the drawer.
Yeah! You say after putting on the definitely haunted bonnet. That
Look, it
was
was just the decoration in the house. What do you expect me to do? It was in the bedroom. It wasn't like it was in the room. I don't know, man. But yeah, of course,
it was in the room that the baby died in, that it's her bonnet.
or
I'm
the
sorry.
maid, I don't know.
Oh my
Or I don't
god.
know. But I agree. Like I definitely if I feel the bad feeling, most of the time I will
Mhm.
be if it's in a place that I like live in for some reason, like if it's ever happened in like my house. My auntie told me to just say, "Thank you for coming, but please leave." And I've actually tried that a few times and it felt like it worked, but I don't know if that's psychological or not.
I've heard that too. I've heard
And
that
like
too.
honestly, I've tried that before in real life when I was scared as a kid, and it actually worked. Again, I don't know if that was psychological.
I mean, I feel like it could be a bit of both because sometimes psychologically we also, like, scare
Hmm.
ourselves, we overthink things, or, we put ourselves in this, like, area of we need to, like, protect ourselves, and sometimes it's just you have to ground yourself, and sometimes it is truly a spirit, and they don't know that they're scaring you. I've heard that
Yeah.
before, that people are like, "Spirits aren't bad. The ghosts aren't bad. They don't know that they're scaring you. They're probably scared." I heard literally, "They're probably scared
Hmm.
themselves because they don't know what the fuck is going on." And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, I would be too." Whenever you go to a new place, whenever something new happens to you, don't you get a little bit scared because 'cause you're like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for stopping by, but please
But
leave.
fuck
This is not your
off.
home. Please, but please leave. As a widow
While
scared.
I'm wearing the
Thank
bonnet,
you.
like fuck off.
Yeah! I know I'm wearing the thing that conjured you here, but if you could leave me
Leave me in
alone.
this
God
bonnet
damn it,
alone.
Hills.
Yeah. In all seriousness, we should
Well,
not disrespect the
yeah.
spirits.
Please don't. Please, please don't. Enjoy horror movies and horror games for the things we can learn about society and the things we can reflect on society. Uh, have stronger friendships by figuring out which one of you is the mastermind, which one of you guys are the henchmen, and which one of you is bait.
But don't summon Satan.
Unless you're in Phasmophobia, which I think you can do, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think so.
Well,
Only in Phasmo. We'll only
you
allow
can
you to
summon
in
the
Phasmo.
ghosts with the summoning circle, yeah.
There has to be a game where you can summon the
Oh,
devil.
yeah, absolutely.
Has to be.
Madison,
Absolutely.
maybe? There's, yeah, where you're like kind of, you're basically sort of finishing a ritual.
Just gonna out myself here. The only games that I know where you can summon Satan is like rated R Otomes. So, I mean, if you want those recommendations, I could probably give you guys those later. But for this one, please don't summon Satan and be nice to the spirits.
Mm-hmm. Be on your best behavior.
And maybe don't put on cursed bonnets. I'm looking at
No
you.
haunted items will ever be worn ever again.
Like, I've learned my
I
lesson.
absolutely haven't. But no, don't do it.
Well, Hills, this has been fantastic. I have loved talking about this with you and just like kind of we have overlapping like interests with it, and that's been really fun to find out together. You also stream more so than YouTube editing nowadays. So tell us a little bit about that. Where can we find you? Are you going to play any spooky games for the like October, November-y season? And can I get in on that if they're not the super scary ones?
Absolutely. Well, firstly, thank you so much for having me. I obviously love chatting with you, but talking about horror
Mm.
is my shit. So I'm like, yay! um, you can find me on Twitch. It's just twitch.tv/Hilzabee. I have a YouTube channel called Hilzabee Horror, where I don't really post anymore, but I may in the future. But there's a lot of playthroughs of games like At Dead of Night. If you wanted to see me play that, that's quite a fun series. With Sam, so lots of nonsense there as well. But yeah, mostly just like streaming every now and then now, and mainly horror. So
Mm.
yes, the spooky season is upon us. I'm planning to stream Little Nightmares 3. I
Oh
forgot to
god,
mention Little
yeah.
Nightmares. That's like Little Nightmares 2 in particular. Really amazing. I really enjoyed that. So yeah, probably gonna play Little Nightmares 3. I'm gonna play No, I'm Not a Human, and Repo is releasing a big patch on the 30th of October with new monsters, so we should both play that
We should.
if you're free.
Oh,
That'd
let's
be
make
great.
yes. Let's make a plan to do
Yes.
that. That would be such a fun co-stream. We get Sam and them in it
Oh
too.
yeah,
Let's
Sam will
go.
be so down for that.
How many people can we have in a party for
I actually
Repo?
don't know.
Because I could potentially get the girlies in too. I know it'd be like a mix of groups, but
It sounds like we have a
it could be
similar
fun.
vibe and it would work.
Oh my god, yeah.
So I'm down. That'd be great.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's the
We'll talk
plan. So we should definitely do that. That'd be fun.
we'll talk a little bit more on the details on that and then maybe put out some feelers for the respective groups, and that would be so much fun to co-stream with everyone.
Especially after this, like full circle.
Mm. Yeah, I'm hoping you guys see this in like a week or two, honestly. YouTube, you're out of here. Like I can't help you. You're like still on episode 2. Patreon though, y'all are good. Y'all will see this and you guys are cool enough for this. So, um is there anything else you wanted to plug really quick? Any games, anything else?
Oh, probably I'm gonna finish this and be like, oh my god, I didn't talk about all these things, but no, it's okay. I think I should really leave it there, or we'll be here for 10 years.
Well, then I will take that as my turn, guys. I've been Reaper, and if you're listening to this, you are where you need to be. All the information or all of the links that are connected to Hills will be down in the description box below, along with my stuff. And hopefully, one of the next videos that you guys will be seeing will be our little horror collabby repo stream, which seems really fucking fun.
Yes.
So, Hills, once again, thank you so much for being a part of this. I really appreciate it,
Oh, thank you
honestly.
so much for having me. And, it's been great chatting with you about horror stuff. Really, really fun.
Yay. And with that, everyone, I hope you have a great day, night, wherever you are in the world. And I'll see you whenever I decide to record another podcast with my friends. Because honestly, I've given up doing a schedule. So, bye, guys.
Bye.